G'day everyone, how's it going? Hopefully I got this thing working. I am just trying to make hopefully get the stream a lot better this round because I think finally enabled the 1080p on StreamYard. Took me a little bit while to get that working, but we finally get it. It was not as easy as I thought it was. Had to go through tech support to actually to actually understand how to work in it. So give me a second. Let me just kind of get everything going. But hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I'm doing all right. I've just been testing some computers and getting things ready for you guys as well too. And I was just trying to see if I can get my mobile phone to work through this stream here so I can actually show you some other stuff as well too. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. If you guys can tell me if that is coming through or not, because that would be fantastic to know if the audio is coming through. Because I always have issues at the start of these streams. I think we've got some good thing. Maybe we've got to just wait for you guys to give me a flick yes or no. Awesome today. Excellent. Yes, 1080p. Finally got it. I have 1080p stuff. I've even got a laptop I'm just trying out to see if the 1080p. We'll add it to the stream. Oh, there we go. But that's coming from a Dell Latitude 7520, the webcam. Now, I don't know how I'm going to try and let me remove my. Putting myself back here. Oh, no, I want this way. Okay, now I'm trying to work these things out. Good, cool. Now, so let me better take this out because I'm getting things set up. All right, there we go. Cool. Now, so first off, lost sound. The sound was audio. I wonder if that sounds is the sound working again? I think when I switch the sound off, it could be because of my Latitude 7520. Has that come back through? Am I back on again? I'm hoping I'm coming back on again. Okay, good stuff. All right, let's continue on. Now, firstly, as you saw from the topic I've been talking from straight up is the i9. Now, I have been testing the i9 a little bit on the Precision 5760 and also on the 7560 as well, because I've got them in two configurations with the i9. Now they are the i9-11950H processor, so that's the new Tiger Lake processor, and they both come with different graphics cards. So one's with the A3000, so Quadro A3000, and one has the A4. Sorry, it's not A4000. They both got the A3000 in them. So. And I was really testing between how the capability of having a thin and light Precision, which is the 5000 series, versus the big full-blown one, which has the big, vapor chamber. Actually, they've all got vapor chamber, but you just got more space to actually have better cooling in the 7000 series. And it was really interesting to actually see that both of them pretty much react the exact same. I was expecting the 7560 to be a lot better in cooling and keeping a much stable performance in the i9, but it did not. And that was the biggest thing that surprised me, to the point where I was wondering, because another computer I am actually investigating in at the moment is I'm interested in the new Lenovo P1 Gen 4, because that one's got a GeForce RTX 3080 card that you can configure besides your usual Quadro A2000, A3000, A4000. I think you can go up to A5000 for that one there. But that particular configuration with the RTX 3080 card can only come in an i9 version. And I was just talking to Lenovo about this, is that I was saying that my experience so far with the i9s has been pretty poor, because I've found that both the i9s I'm playing with and they haven't been really performing really well at all. Pretty much they will hit their maximum capacity at anywhere between 5 to like 6 seconds, and after that it thermal throttles pretty bad, to the point where I would say you would not even look at it unless I would actually just say go for the i7 completely. So I was just doing a bit of research before this, and you guys will have all different sort of experiences, because a lot of you guys are professionals as well, that most of the times, and I was looking at the difference here. Let me have a quick look. I'll just see if I'm just going to try different parts of this StreamYard thing here. I'm just trying because it's going to be quite interesting here. Let's see if I'm going to get this thing going. This is what I'm after. Share. Is that coming through? Whoop, hopefully that's coming through. Awesome. I don't really need myself, so I'm just going to move that one there. Now, I was just having a look between these two. So we've got the i9. Let me try to bring this thing out because I can't see anything what I'm doing. So we've got the i9 here, which is the 11, and it has a maximum burst speed of 5 gigahertz. Now, having to reach that 5 gigahertz, I've done a few tests for different applications. It will not. I have not seen that 5 gigahertz reach. I've never seen the 4.9 gigahertz ever reached neither. I've seen the 4.8 gigahertz reach sometimes, very rarely, but most of the times it's about 4.7 to about 4.6. Now, when you look back over at the i7 version, so the i7 has maximum turbo boost of 4.8. Now, that 4.8 is most of the time it can reach that 4.8, which means another thing that you can see is the base clock speeds, at its highest one is about 2.5 gigahertz, which it is very, very capable of maintaining at 2.5 gigahertz. And I was playing with the i9 and it barely keeps that 2.6 gigahertz, which is the base clock speed for the i9. It will go around about 2.4 to about 2.5, trying to keep itself at 2.6 gigahertz. And it's just very rarely it actually hits that 2.7 gigahertz. So that's when you initiate all the cores. But they always say the single core performance of the i9 is what you buy it for. And like I said, and I have tried a few applications. I just could not get a lot of them in single core applications performance out of this to hit that 5 gigahertz. So in the end, what I'm thinking, and I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about for a lot of your applications, that if you run anything that's single core performance, to warrant to go for the i9 at all. For professional applications, I've only heard 1 or 2 applications, and they're very, very specific in the i9 that people requested for i9 for some professional applications that are built for single core only. And even then this single core performance on the i9 is very rarely maintained for a very long period of time for this i9. I will be surprised if you're able to maintain the i9, 5 gigahertz or even 4.8 or 4.9 at probably more than 30 seconds is what I'll say. Intel says they give it around about 40 to about 50 seconds. So I personally don't think that the i9 is worth its money. I would probably advise for everyone to should look into the i7. You're going to save a bit of money and you're going to get a much rock stable performance, because I've been testing this i7 here and I'm liking it a lot more, because a lot of the times these i7s can hit around about close to, wouldn't even do about 2.5. I know I'm talking long periods of time. It would probably hit around about anywhere between 3.8 to about 4.2 gigahertz. So it's able to maintain that quite high clock speed so I'm thinking i7 is going to be a much better buy, and that's even if you engage in all the cores, the multi-core, which is most applications these days are multi-core. I have, and this is something I'm not very experienced at all these days, because my channel is now more business. Is they keep saying that. Let me try and get this thing off. They keep saying that gaming is very, very advantage with the single core, but I was just doing some bit of research. A lot of the games have gone multi-core. So I don't know where this i9 is going to be very useful for, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. So definitely put a comment around there, because I'm very interested. G'day. Now, I've got a lot of people to say hello to. So I've got Brian here. Thanks for joining the stream. I've got Andy. I've got Ridger. He's with first one in. I've got Alexander as well too. I've got Tucker. That's good to them. Me too. And Lawrence, of course. Thank you for joining me, Lawrence, as well. And we've got Lou, is it? That's kind of cool. All right, so let me kind of look at this. Lawrence said something. The throttling on the P14S Intel phone is terrible. And I have a feeling, Lawrence, this is something I think I was talking in the members channel, is I have a feeling the throttling problem is not actually because of the i7. I think it's because of the Quadro T5000, because I've had that sorry, not T5000, T500. That T500 is performing pretty bad in a few computers and different computers that has that particular chip in there. So I think it's NVIDIA drivers doing something, or something's causing weird power issues that's causing a lot of things. So I think you've just did something. Solutions disable the Lenovo thermal solution. I was actually talking about Lenovo about this intelligent thermal solutions. They've actually, and it's this may be specific to the P1, that they've got this ultra performance mode in there, which I think I need to look into the BIOS, but I don't have one. I'm trying to get my hands on one now, so I can actually tell you guys on that one there. So yeah, definitely kind of cool there. I think, what's this one there you're talking about? Only way to do a Zoom call through throttling at 400 meters to see if you see its laptops hangs and becomes a wow. That's awful. If you're and like I said, if it'll be good questions. I think you've been bringing this up. If you can actually make the integrated graphics work while this is on. So, but no, I'm interested to. I'll pass that message to Lenovo about that T500 problem that we've been looking into getting. Maybe they can do a BIOS update or something of that in hopes for try and fix the issues with that, with the T500 specifically, because I think the computers should be fine. I think it's that whatever they've done to it, NVIDIA has just cacked that one weirdly in a way. So it's happening also in the Dell, just to let you guys know as well too. So yeah, I've got another one here. Hello, if you need a real free and high quality service, increase views. All right, mate. That's all good, mate. Anyway, so I love it. Does you guys have any comments about the i9? So this is specifically for the 11th gen anyway, because I know the 10th gens have been pretty not great as well. So that's the same. And I was hoping that the 11th gen was going to be pretty good with the i9 version, but I don't know. We'll see anyway. So while you guys are making the comments here, I actually just want to have just before I get to the next section of the with the Precision 7750. Actually, no, I'll go through the 7750 first before I look into these other two computers, which I've been playing with at the moment as well too. So let me just kind of close this one down. Now, Alexander, you were just making a question about the Dell Precision 7760. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can share this screen here. I'm going to do it with you. What you are after, because I'm going to remote into the 7750, the 7760 for you. So let me kind of work out how to share the screen first. Share window. Okay, I'm just remoted to it, so maybe we can actually see this thing. So this one is the kind of configuration you're exactly after. So let me see if I'm going to get this thing working. Wait, let me move this across here. It's going to be, there we go. Okay, now, so we're just streaming here. Have I got this one work? Yeah, we got, cool. All right, so just to let you guys know, this is, so this has the Xeon in there. So this has a Xeon in there, and we've got, let me have a look at the, well, let's have a look. So this also has display drivers. This has the A4000, Quadro A4000, exactly kind of what you have. And I think this has got 32 gigs. I can't remember. This is 32 gigs or 64. 32 gigs. It's not the ECC RAM. It's just the normal non-ECC RAM for you. So I'm not sure what kind of benchmarks you want to try out. Just shoot away, because this is the Precision 7760 that we're connected to at the moment. So definitely would be, if you know what you want. I can tell you straight away that Xeon, I've been playing with that new Xeon here, which is, actually, what Xeon is again? I think it is the 11. Yep, 955. Is that the same one that you're after? Yes, it is. It's the same one that you're after, which is the Xeon W11955M. So, and I have been playing with this, and I've been telling you, I'm wondering if I've got this installed or not. Well, no, I've got to go to the computer to actually install it anyway. This computer, this new Xeon is really stable. It has a very good high clock speed on this as well too. Whoops, sorry. What I'm going to try and bring up is the task manager. This clock speed even though it says about 2.6 gigahertz, and I think we're looking at it will stay. I've been playing with it. It does very well. It does rock at around about. It stays pretty stable at around about 4.4 to about 4.6. It is really good. I like this new Xeon. I want one myself. If I could, that would be awesome. And even with the A4000 engaged, this computer rocks really good. This thing has not got any of that, thermal throttling problems in a way. But you'll see that in the review video. So if you've got any questions, shoot in the chat. If you want me to try and test something that you specifically are after, I can definitely tell you the thermals on this is doing really well for that. So let me kind of try and find if I can. No, I don't have that at the moment. This computer, I just did another wipe to try and just look at some BIOS things for it. Anyway, so I've just wiped this one clean again and just install quickly the remote if I ever wanted to connect to it, which I've done. So if you've got any questions there, Alexandra, about this thing, the audio on this computer is pretty much the same as the previous year, which I'm not sure if you've got the older model, which is the 7750 or the 7740. Speakers the same. What else is there? It's mostly, we're really after the performance of this computer really than anything else. And I can tell you this, the performance on this Precision 7760 is stable and it's good. Unlike the 7560, which has the i9, which i9, unfortunately I forgot to install the remote desktop onto that one there, so I can't connect to that. But I can tell you that one has issues with basically thermal throttling. That's quite simple with i9. But if you get the Xeon there, I have a feeling it could do well. So I'm wondering if it is an i9 issue or it's the design. I don't think it's the design. I think it's to do with the Intel i9 for the 7560, which is the 15-inch in a way. So yeah, great news. I'm using it for 3D modeling and rendering. Great to deal with. Yep. So I'm wondering if I've got. What have I got? Yeah. I'll just see if I can install SpecView Pref anyway on this. I'm not sure if I've even got my test pack into this installed anyway. So I'll find out. I don't know if I've got my test pack installed. Oh, maybe I've done some tests. No, I did some benchmarks on that and about it, but I haven't actually got my test pack installed on there. I will see if I can transfer my test pack into there. But while that, I'll just stop the screen and I'll try and see if I'll do this in the background while I'm talking to you guys anyway. So yeah, but no, I don't. If you're gonna get the any of the Precisions for the time being, either go for the i7, which is probably the recommended one, or if you really need the Xeons, then go for the Xeons. That new Xeon is really good. If you can afford the new Xeons of the i7, go for the Xeons. Again, skip the i9 completely, just like the previous gen. Skip the i9. So go for the i7 version is probably the sweet spot there. If you're mission critical and you mostly use Xeons, then this Xeon is a it's even better than the previous model. I can tell you that. I like this new Xeon that much as well too. If it wasn't for me liking the Threadrippers more, I would love to see a Threadripper into this Precisions, or even for the P15 or even the P17 or P1. For Lenovo, if they had a Threadripper in those workstation class, how cool would that be? That would be awesome, because they only just started the Threadrippers in the Lenovo desktop ThinkStations anyway, so that would be awesome. But yeah, let me, while I'm chatting away for you, I am going to see if I can download SpecView Pref, and I'll let it run so you can actually have a look at just that one there. So sorry if I'm going to be SpecView Pref. I'm just going to see if I can just download that for that computer now. All right. Whoa. I'm hoping that internet's going to be quick on that computer. Wow, it's a huge download. It's about 6.7. I didn't even realize how big it is. All right. Let's just download it away. Yes, please download. Sorry, my fault there. Anyway, I'm going to continue on while that happens. Yeah, I think you've seen an i9. Yep, exactly. Have you seen the other thing else besides anyone else has got that as well, or any of the forums. It would be definitely nice to hear that people with that. Okay, now questions. Precision 7000 series, it has RAM slots in 3 slots. Will it run dual channel or dual channel plus single? It's all dual. But that extra one that you're talking about, it's interesting. I am going to find out from Adele about that one there. It is running all dual, but from memory, because it has that. Oh, I need to open it up. I haven't actually opened them up yet, and I was actually having a look at one of the fans because I was hearing some weird fans connection because I kind of really grabbed it in a weird, really way, and it really cramped it really hard. So I was like, oh, I should really open it. I was about to do it today, and I forgot to do it. Just got too busy anyway. So the 2 slot, and I remember from the previous model, because it really hasn't changed from the previous model for internals, what I suspect, is that it has 2 on the back, and I think there should be technically 2 on the front as well, behind underneath the keyboard. But I have to find out on the 70. I think it is. All there should be 4. I'll go into the spec sheet and I'll tell you a little bit later, Edmund. So I'll have to find out. But I do know from the spec sheet it says it's all dual channel. But that extra slot, if it is a free slot, I don't think it's a free slot configuration. I think it's a 4 slot configuration there, from memory anyway. So yeah. G'day, Jay. How are you doing? No, is that? All right, let's have it. How is the heat and noise with the 77.6? Okay, so with the heat wise, it does pretty well. It's cooler than the previous model, which is the 7750, of course, because the 11th gen seems to be just generally overall cooler than the 10th gen model. It hits, well, from memory, when I was doing some of the tests, it hits the core. Now, do remember I am hitting the Xeon, so the Xeon doesn't really run as hot as the i9s, of course, and the i7. Well, it's a bit very similar to the i7s. So generally, it hits around about, if I remember correctly, it was around about close to about 46 to about 47 degrees when the hottest point. But I'll have to double check that in the review video. I haven't looked at it. So, but fan noise, it was around about 48 decibels, which is good. And it's a very low drone, so you don't really hear it. If you've had the previous model, it hasn't got much difference. They really haven't changed the actual sound of it. So, and I found it wasn't that annoying at all. So, especially if you just got this running, which I had running for a lot of stress tests, it was definitely blowing a lot of hot air, but it wasn't really a droning or annoying sound at all. It's just a very low, how should I say, fan noise, and it's more air movement than anything else. So I hope that kind of helps you out for that one there. But I actually like it because it didn't annoy me at all. And that's the same with the 15-inch as well too. So both of them exhibit the very similar in temperatures and fan noise for them both in a way. So yeah, for internal temperatures, I think it was very stable around about. It was sitting around about 76 degrees Celsius. So it was pretty good for the Xeons anyway. So, is that coming through? Sorry, I better see what's happening with this computer here. Yes. And it just did not help me out there. All right. It doesn't look like it's going to be taking a bit of time on that computer to try and install the spec view pref for that one there. So I've got to get to that computer and just stick a USB into it. For that one there, so I'm just going to kill that off anyway. So I'm sorry, Anzer, but I can tell you that it's a very good computer, and I would definitely buy the Xeon version if you can afford it. If not, go for the i7 version with the A4000 on there. It's a very good computer, I tell you that. No problems at all. G'day, Zamura, is that? You've got a Latitude 7400 from work, and the fans, has it been improved with the 72? It's not really a fan thing. Doesn't go as hard as before, but that's because of the 11th gen runs cooler than even cooler than the 9th gen, which is what you've got in the 7400, which is, I think, is it 9th gen? No, it should be 8th gen if I'm correctly. I can't remember if it's 8th gen or 9th gen now. It's been a while now. The 7400, I think it's the 8th gen. I didn't really put a 9th gen in there. So it runs cooler. So it's actually really good. But I know some people say it hits the fan a lot. So there has been complaints that the fan does go off. Well, it's running, doing your average use and stuff like 20%, 30% load. The fan will run. It won't go complete utter silent, but with ambient noise, you don't really hear it. And I think that's what I said in the video as well too. Now, also while we're at that there, Lawrence. So this is for Lawrence because he's got the Latitude 7520. Look at doing the BIOS update for it. I found that previously I did say that the 7520 did run its fan while I was doing 20% load or about 30% load. It no longer does that. It barely turns the fan on these days until it hits around about 50, 60% load, and then it starts heating up that fan. But that fan would just go out from there to 100% load. It pretty much just stays the same. So it seems to be the fans is either on or off. So I'm going to tell Dell and give them the feedback about their new BIOS update and myself find out. Yeah. But yeah, the 7400, I do know about that fan issue, especially when connected to docking stations. That 7400 is very well known to heat up a lot, especially when you're in clamshell mode and connected to a dock. That has a lot of heat. But definitely look into the BIOS update. It helps it a little bit, but it still does run its fan a lot, especially if you're connected to the dock, which means you're spitting out to monitors, which actually runs that computer quite a lot. So the 7400 is still an issue with the BIOS. Hopefully they still continue updating it, but yes. What did you pay for the Xeon? I have absolutely no idea. I didn't pay for the computer at all. The evaluation products from Dell. They've actually sent it to me to have a look at, and after a certain period of time, I actually send it back to them. So I don't actually own any of those computers there. So they come to me to have a quick look, and I'd give them feedback and also tell them about what's wrong, and then I send them back to you. So I don't know. I did see the price for it when they sent it to me. Unfortunately, I cannot quote you the price because it's a different sort of pricing than what you would normally get, and also it's in, I think it's in Australia as well too. So and they give me a much different price compared to retail anyway. So I don't know for that. So yes. Yes, here we go. So it's 8th gen. Yep, yeah. So that's what I thought it was, 8th gen there. And connected power runs full blast. Yeah. Just also look into the Dell Power Manager. See if you can actually tell it to go quiet mode. See if it hits that, unless without bad performance hit. Depends really what you're doing as well too. If you're doing not much, then going in the quiet mode in the Power Manager may actually help you out for that one there. So if you want to understand what this Power Manager is I'm talking about, let me see if I can share this particular computer. Let me just sort of, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Share, and this is going to be for this computer here. Actually, I'll do it on the Latitude 7400. So let me do the 7400. Let me share this computer on share screen. Okay. Entire screen. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Let me add it to the screen. All right. So this is going to be a bizarre one here now. So now let's minimize this. All right. So what I'm talking about, this Dell Power Manager. If you haven't seen it at all, it's a software called Dell Power Management. It should be pre-installed on your computer already. Most of the time it is. If not, if your IT department has it installed, you can also get it installed. You can do this through BIOS. This just helps it easier without having to go through BIOS. So let me kind of do this to show you when this comes up. Sorry, I don't know why this usually brings it up pretty quick. What have I done to it? I have no idea. I've been smashing this thing out pretty hard. While this is getting itself up, I'll chat with you guys anyway. Yeah, why is that coming so slow? Shouldn't be. Oh, anyway. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Okay. So under thermal management here. Yeah, come on. There we go. Normally it's set to optimize. You can then change it to quiet. See if that helps you out. It makes it hotter, but I think you might be okay with it. Oh, the BIOS it may be locked from your organization, but this one may actually help you out because it may not be a lock there, so you can actually change that part of it. But yeah, again, I'm not sure. I've never seen a lock BIOS for this Dell Power Manager, and so just have a look at that anyway. So maybe that might help you out. I don't really run the cool mode at all. I'm usually either running optimized mode or ultra performance. And this is for the latitudes and precisions that came out in 2019. So since 2019, this is a new thing that it brought out, that you can actually access this stuff without having to go through BIOS anyway. So just to let you know. So that's cool. Awesome. All right. Let's have a look at this one here. If a fan noise and heat is a concern, I recommend the LG Gram. I've never seen the LG Gram. I love to have a look at that. Or the new Intel NUC M15. It's a 15-inch. Ooh, I will ask Intel about it. I am asking Intel about. I have already requested from Intel the. Oh, what was it called again? Something Canon. It's the newest one. It's the Pro version. I can't remember what it's called. It'll come back in my head again. They did talk to me when it comes into the country. They're gonna send one to me. Is it Ghost Cannon? I think it could be Ghost Cannon. I can't remember what it was called anyway. But yeah, I'm interested to see that one there. Because what I actually wanted to have to show you guys, because I've been playing with this. Again, we're talking about NUCs anyway. So I'll be playing with this Precision 3240. So this is a Precision 3240. It's got this one's only an i9 with the not i9, i7 with the A2000. Was it A3000? Oh geez, I can't remember what it was. I think it could be A2000. I've got it in here. I think it is A2000 in here or A3000. But it's about the same size as a NUC, the Intel NUC. So it's about 1 liter, and I'm liking it. I'm actually really liking this computer. It actually runs really stable. It does heat up a bit, but from of course from the graphics card, any of the NVIDIA cards just heat up a lot. They just suck a lot of power. And this deals pretty good, and it's very stable. Considering that it's a Precision, they do make it stable. This is a nice computer. I am really liking it a lot. And I've also been playing with the Optiplex 1790 Micro. So this is another very small, slimline computer. This is just an upgrade. They didn't really change too much besides just change it to 11th gen in a way. And it's a nice computer. What I was really shocked about was these two computers, is the speakers on these two computers. These two speakers, the speakers on these two, because I just did the audio test just before this. The speakers on these two computers are like your Latitude speakers. On their laptops. Normally, these tiny computers usually have very tinny sort of sound, and they're pretty awful, and you can barely hear. But these have actually got okay speakers. They are around about a little bit quieter than the iPad Pro, but still they're a lot better than what was before. So they've definitely done something with the speakers. They've actually chucked in some laptop speakers. Is what I think they've done, is chuck laptop speakers into there. So yeah. Kenny, man, how are you doing? You've got in there. Thanks for I'm just kind of getting off and keeping looking well, hopefully. So, but yes, that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've been having a little play with this computer here. I'm not sure if you guys want to have a look at this computer internally, because that's something I was going to do in the laptop, and I was just trying to work out how to open it before as well too. So I'm not sure if you are interested to see the inside of this computer or not. But it is a very, very good computer to look like. I like the look of this computer. You can quite easily sit on a monitor. So about the size of it, let's see, have a look if I can put a hand to just give you an idea of how large it is. Oh, there we go. So hopefully you can see how large it is. It's actually a really decent computer. I'm not trying to market it out. I'm just really liking this computer here, even more than the Micro. I know a lot of people like the Micro, but this one, at least you can put a decent graphics card in, which it can. I don't know what this one can go up to. I think it can go up to the A4000 or A5000 onto this thing. Yeah, let me try bring this open up. I'm not sure. Let's open it up anyway. But yeah, while you guys at it, yeah, shoot me any questions. And I'm gonna bring this. Whoa, see if I can get this computer here. And I'm just gonna move things away. Whoa. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see this from all the sound and stuff like that, but I'm going to have a look, see if I can just bring this thing down. Ugh. Well, okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, so open this up. Now, this is a really weird, interesting way. So you got to take this thing off. I don't know why it's this weird bracket like this small. I don't know why they even bother having this bracket at all. It's just a bit funny having a bracket like this. And then you then have to push this upwards. Sorry, you don't push this upwards. You then can actually it's from the bottom where this stuff here. Then you can push it that way, which I'm trying to do it now. Oh, I did it before. Now I've really grabbed it hard. Oh. There we go. Okay. Now I've got it upside down, but that's because of how you have to push it. All right. So this is it. Okay. Let's see if I can bring this thing up here. So we've got the graphics card in here. Now I'm going to try and work out how to remove the top cover first. Okay. So I'm just going to take this thing out. And it's actually got a whopping fan, as you can see, for this graphics card. Now, well, there's a speaker that I'm talking about. So that's definitely looks like a bigger speaker. It's only one speaker, but it's a very decent speaker for it, like I said from the thing. Let me try and see if I can just kind of, the speaker just came off. That's all right. I'll reassemble it back in. And I was just trying to pop this thing out from its little thing. If it wants to come out, maybe I've got a holder here. I'm just looking for the other slot, or do I need to have a look at it? But it's a big fan, which is unusual to see in a computer here. So that's why I say I don't think I can get it out. I'll have to have a look at it. I haven't actually took this thing out yet properly, anyway. So, but it's a big fan, I can tell you that. It's got a bit of a heat sink as well too. I'm not sure if you can see this. There we go. So you can see right there how much heat sink there is on that. And again, the fan's just blowing, and it does blow out this way, and it blows a lot of air. So there's a lot of airflow coming out of this fan here. It does make a bit of sound, but it's not like a really high pitched sound. And I think what I might do is actually might record the sound for this review video for this one here. But it does blow a lot, and I definitely can see the A5000 working very well in this computer here. It can go with a Xeon, of course, and I think it does very well there. And it does have 2 slots. I can see 2 slots of, I think this can go up to 64 gigs of RAM. I don't think you can do 128, but in this form factor, this is a decent computer if you need to. You know, so very nice. It's got a lot of ports as well too. It is coming all through micro display port, and you got your onboard video as well too. But yeah, it's got a nice selection of ports, but it only has 1 NIC in there. I was hoping they had dual NIC, but that's all right. It's also got Wi-Fi, as you can see from here. I've just taken off the thing, but yeah, that's it there. It's a decent computer for sure. If I'm not sure if you've got any questions about it, but yeah, very good computer. I could recommend it. It's very good alternative. It's a new form factor from Dell for the Precision series. So they asked me if I have a look at it, and I can definitely give them the good thumbs up for it because I'm liking it even more than the Micro. Actually, that's not something that. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, I think everyone's hasn't really asked questions. I think everyone's been enjoyable, and I'm actually enjoying how this comes through because I'm able to slowly get through this StreamYard I'm testing, and finally got the 1080p, yay! And I'm gonna get things going through. And Lawrence, I'm gonna try something next week with this new StreamYard. I'm gonna try and put a private chat going through as well to see how that goes. I'm just getting used to having all these different views and inviting things, and hopefully I'll be able to get some guesses in. I am trying to ask some people for some guesses to for some of my future live streams. Anyway, so definitely cool. All right, now let's have a look. I've got some spammers here anyway. I'm just going to ignore those ones there. But yeah, anyway, it looks like everyone's pretty quiet here. And but yeah, definitely, I would love to hear comments about the i9 and also single core performance for those who do know or run single core applications. I'll definitely put a comment below. So I will look at the monitor the comments for those i9 things because I'm interested because I will download them and I'll do my best to download them and try it out for annoy. So yes, But yeah, definitely put something in there. If not, okay, Patrick, it's good to see you on there. I haven't seen you before. You've been busy as well too. Yeah. So hopefully you. I'm just gonna sign off very soon. But hopefully you just have a quick look at what's happening around there. Right, guys. I'll just go back to work and get these things tested. Okay. So hope you guys have a fantastic night or day. And guys, I'll catch you guys up in the next stream or in the next video, guys. And just remember, guys, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll catch you guys soon.